Impressive, Jen. You've been brilliant. Under your leadership, Phaedro Farm has become one of the most profitable companies in the world. Now, all of Europe is at your feet. It's not enough. It's not what I wished for. A lot of work still remains. Let's keep going. In due time, Jen. Now I need a few more details to continue writing your story. Alright, go ahead. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, look. The in-house study on nolopain and relaxum that you made disappear in the blink of an eye. That report was incomplete and biased. It should have never been written. Besides, the company had already invested millions in the campaign. We couldn't discontinue it. I see. Lying to patients and turning them into addicts was just an unfortunate side effect. Tell me, Jen, what would your parents have thought of all this? Results are all that matters. They taught me that. I would never have heard a single reproach from them. Not a single reproach, or any type of recognition. Oh, the sad and lonely Jen, you were always completely invisible to their gaze. I swore to myself that would change one day. But Jen, how can you impress someone who will never open their eyes again? Enough. Enough. They were blind, but the eyes of the entire world will be on me. Give me back the controls of the machine, and I'll show you. Of course, Jen. We now have everything we need to continue. Let's see. Lies and frustration. Those are two excellent ingredients. Tell me, which of them do you think will work best in the machine? Alright, lies. Mark card reveals information about the next movement the rival is going to create. I don't really care. In exchange for 100 of oleum, allows you to refresh the lucky cards Carillion offers you. Yeah, that sounds good. Now, let's go on with the story. The Pharma Queen grew too big for the throne. She needed more influence and attention. So, Jen Hammond started to conceive of her master stroke after hearing some disturbing news from Italy. Alright, so we can start with somebody, exploration time is pretty low for you. Exploration time is also pretty low for you. But we need essences, so we're gonna go with Renee. So, little animal support? Okay. So, keep the Italian authorities from prohibiting your experiments and create a hybrid strain of the new SHV1 virus. Alright, we're creating a fake virus. We're creating a real virus, but it's an artificial one. Fun. Okay. Alright, we're gonna COVID it up. Jen, you have just brought your research team to Italy, while the country is experiencing a bloody epidemic that is putting its pig farms out of business. Your excuse for being here is to help eradicate the disease, but in reality, your secret plan is far less altruistic. Your intention is to secretly develop a mutation of the virus that can infect human beings. Isn't that right, Dr. Hammond? Yeah, and you're forgetting the most important part, also developing and patenting its corresponding vaccine. But to do so, you have to first change the country's laws against experimentation on animals. Not everyone approves of your childhood hobby of mutilating living things, Jen. Mutilating? I never... Let's continue. I'm not going to waste any energy discussing this subject again with a doll. Wonderful, Jen, because now you're going to need all of your audacity and a cool head. This mission is different. Think about each step and take advantage of every opportunity. Remember, region events can be essential tools. This machine and its agents are now ready. Tell me, Jen, are you? I'm ready. Let's get started. The disease is targeting all of the pigs. You are right. Message to be transmitted. This is just going to have to go in Italy. We can't do anything else. We're only in Italy. So let's get what looks like Rome and probably go down a little bit south to, Naples? Something like that? Oh, ancient and eternal Rome. War, conquest, blood, and fear cemented the empire that was built on top of these stones. Do you think our machine existed back then, mistress? Jen Hammond in Italy. We came here to investigate the new swan fever, explains the Phaedro Farm CEO, and we need the laws to be amended so we can do our job. There is an event. We got our Gaia. The Italian government will make public the conclusions of the Health Emergency Committee. Due to the outbreak of hemorrhagic fever on farms, consumption of pork is prohibited until further notice. The measure is expected to generate alarm in all the country's inhabitants. So, in a few bits of time, they'll be more scared of pain and decrepitude. We've gotten our Gaia that we need. Now that we've gotten that, we can explore St. Peter's Basilica. Put an oleum pump there. Let's increase toxic fertilizer. Health is probably a good thing to go with. Level that up. Extreme danger of mass poisoning. Large agricultural producers defend themselves. Studies we paid good money for demonstrate that our fertilizers are harmless, remarks its spokesperson. That sounds like a bad thing to say. Studies we paid for. St. Peter's Basilica. Sanctified mummies. A very small boy is mesmerized by the mummified body of a pope inside a glass sarcophagus. It's probably his first experience with death. The sight of the corpse is disturbing, even for me. Fuck this kid. If you stare at it for a while, the corpse will open its eyes and whisper your name, I tell the boy. Really? Cool, he replies and takes a phone out of his pocket to film the mummy. I don't really understand the younger generation, mistress. More like Basilica. Wouldn't it be Basilica? I don't... Okay, neither of those are that great. I'm going to be honest with you. We both were bad there. The toaster is listening. I think let's go with Poltergeist. We're going to go put that in the Basilica. That's exactly where it needs to be. Oh, we should have gotten a Lifus by now. Discovering Naples. Gaiola Beach? I don't know how to pronounce that. Swimmers mill around anxiously on the shore. The waves have carried in the wreckage of a sunken ship. We're getting to Naples at the perfect moment, mistress. Alright, we can implant oleum. I think that's the first thing we need to do. Oh, we have a rival here. The Pompeii gift shop is fascinating. It sells miniature reproductions of plaster casts of charred, contorted cadavers. According to the salesperson, an embracing couple and a dog lying on the floor are the best-selling figures. All of them have the same inscription. I was in Pompeii, and I thought of you. Look at the statue of the couple. No, we want the dog. The dog is lying in the ground calm and sedate, while tragedy ravages everything around him. An excellent lesson in natural wisdom. When death is the only certainty, why worry? Real as fuck, to be honest with you. So what we need... Let's check out Termini Station. A blind old man grabs me by the arm in the lobby of the station and yells at me rudely. About time you showed up, jackass. Take me to the train leaving for platform 3. Quickly, you idiot. He clearly thinks I'm someone else. Take him. Take him to the correct train. Here, the old man gets on the train, slaps me and shouts, You're hopeless. We were almost late, stupid. And he continues to talk to himself as he disappears down the aisle. Lesson learned, mistress. In the future, we can give ourselves a third option for acting. Shove the person onto the tracks. Natural Heart Party. Head, Stefano Briosca. Millionaire and showman, 65 years of age. Description. Newly created political party which defines itself as youthful, green, and apolitical. Its leader, Stefano Briosca, is one of the country's most famous and controversial television personalities. How is a political party apolitical? That doesn't sound right. Objective. To position himself as the frontrunner in the upcoming general election. Nah, you're gonna suck. We're gonna break you down, my guy. Alright, let's get this, and let's grow our terror. Alright, Poltergeist. We're gonna be scared of what kind of things? Skull? I think Skull works. Well, let's go with... Invisible works. I'm a little scared of Skull. Furniture moves around, objects come to life. I took a photo as proof. I swear the glass fell by itself. Going on about that again? Quit pulling my leg or I'll block you right now. Alright, we're doing that. We're gonna keep growing. So here, toxic fertilizer, chlorophyll is possible. Rural, I think, makes sense. Let's go with that. Besides that, the project is 100% safe. They say it's progress, but those bastards in the chemical industry only care about profits as they merrily poison us. This is happening. Welcome, my darling girl. You're getting here at the perfect time, what with the swine fever and the general election around the corner. Italy is a ticking time bomb. A common enemy is all my new party needs. You and those rumors about your experiments, you'll be the raw meat that helps me rise in the polls. Cheer up, I'll make you the queen of my television show, and maybe I'll even put you in my film. Your political games are not my affair. Focus on your television shows, and let us work in peace, Mr. Brioska. Oh, my dear, dear girl. What temperament! But I'm afraid our paths will remain intertwined for quite some time. Your face will look wonderful on my TV show. And it's already been decided. I'll dedicate a few scenes in my new documentary to you. People will be talking about a burning truth. Soon. Precious. Ciao. You received 2 Gaia. Alright. Chameleon Candidate. At daybreak, I entered Stefano Brioska's house, a lavish mansion done up like a duke's palace. The living room is full of photos of a smiling Stefano next to all kinds of characters. Cardinals, corrupt politicians, mafia bosses. If opportunism is an ideology, Brioska is its best proponent. Explore the kitchen. I reach the kitchen and feel something scurry between my feet. I turn on my flashlight and see a terrified piglet fleeing down the hall. And the remains of what looks like a recent pig slaughter filling the space with sausages, blood, and guts. It seems that the ban on eating pork due to the epidemic is not being observed in the Brioska household. Illicit meat. He still eats pigs. Oh, there's an event, too. My lovely Jen, I've heard rumors about what you're doing to those poor pigs in your laboratory, and that will generate a lot of ill will towards you. Ecology is in fashion. You're going to hand me thousands of votes in the election. It's a shame we have to be enemies. By age, I could be your loving Poppy, don't you think? Let's just refuse politely. Thank you, Mr. Brioska, for the compliment, but I'm going to have to decline your offer. Wait, you didn't say clearly the word no in your negative answer. What does that mean? Oh, my dear, dear Jen, this ambivalence of yours is going to drive me crazy. Let's keep getting to know one another. I confess that you've rejuvenated and energized this weary old heart, my lovely girl. You've excited Stefano, your rival's expansion speed increases. That is... okay. I don't like this guy. Chameleon Candidate. I listen carefully to make sure that everyone is still asleep, and I sneak into the mansion. Tacky Rococo objects. Tacky Rococo objects dehors are mixing with photo after photo of Stefan. From his earliest days as a TV comedian in black and white to his present as a magnate and showman, a true survivor. Explore the basement. In the basement, there's an enormous television showing porn with the sound turned off, 4 mattresses and dozens of used tissues on the floor, in addition to a nauseating odor combining sweat and other bodily fluids. I have the impression that I'm inside a very tawdry X-rated movie. I also find a business card. Sorella Luna. We should check out this place, mistress. We can, but hold up. Before we do anything, let's go investigate this. We receive science. Let's also increase your investigation skills. Let's add to here. Poltergeist, we want to go with Curse, probably. Striking terror into the heart of everyone in the family. My uncle has talked with scientists, with mediums, even with exorcists, and those things keep happening in his house. He's desperate. The most eminent experts on medicine, youth, and beauty are meeting in Italy this year to discuss disease and old age. So I can receive that. Materials dozens the impact of all actions on the Form Center. That's kind of cool. Support for animal rights falls. We need 20 of the something. What is that? Oh, we need 20 terror for the future. Okay. This Support for animal rights falls. This is progress we're talking about here. Fuck the rats. Shoots back as a citizen when asked about the most recent experiments in cosmetic medicine. We don't need to implant anything, so let's not implant anything. We can, with some pop, upgrade you. Let's upgrade you. Blank canvas. I spent so many years among art dealers and sycophants that my prodigious imagination was becoming, little by little, a blank canvas. I was out of ideas, and my paintings came to be as shallow and mediocre as everything that surrounded me. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, sad. Some movements have a special effect. After their warning time expires and they start to spread across the map, they will also apply their effect. Try to neutralize them before they activate it to avoid the negative consequences. Yep, we need to stop that immediately. A Burning Truth publicity campaign. Goodbye. Brioska, the controversial showman caught red-handed, lover of animals or just of their flesh. Get fucked. Publicity event suspended because he is bad. Discovering Florence. Piazzale Michelangelo. Beautiful, isn't it? They say Stendhal was the first to experience the syndrome that carries his name when he came to the city, a local tells me. My heart starts to race. I get dizzy and break into cold sweats thinking about the fear we'll cause on these streets, mistress. There we go, very good. Let's get some fear, and then Statue of David, or Ponte Vecchio. Let's go with the Statue of David. Did you hear about the Statue of David being like one of the Mandela effects? That like the eyes are different from how people remembered the eyes. Because there's like pupils in the Statue of David's eyes, and people remember the Statue of David not having pupils. That's apparently a thing. Jen, you naughty girl. What am I going to do with you? The documentary is my key to winning the Oscar. Or even the Nobel Prize. Ever heard of my beloved Al Gore? Most statues tend to have pupils. This is true, but people, I think, don't remember the Statue of David having pupils. Your interference is going to delay our plans. The producers are getting nervous, and so am I. But I assure you that I will finish that film. Oscar? Nobel? You should be more careful with the UV rays, Mr. Bioska. They're starting to fry your neurons. Rip Bozo, Rip Bozo. Alright. We've done everything where we need to. Might as well dump a kamikaze driver somewhere. What the fuck? Let's go with I just want to find somewhere that feels thematically right. Let's go just here. We can go with Pompeii, maybe. Yeah, Pompeii sounds fun. New event in Italy. Well, there's nowhere else but Italy. We need to go check that out immediately. Probably with you, I think. What do I need to... Yeah, it's gonna be some stealth, so probably not you. Sister Moon. The establishment is one of those luxurious brothels where the prostitutes are euphemistically referred to as escorts, and sexual exploitation as free market commerce. I ring the bell, and the madam blocks my way. Get lost, you lowlife. I'm not going to be able to get in through the door, mistress. I see a half-open window and a ventilation grate on the ground. Let's go through the ventilation gate. I gather up my strength and pull on the grate, which connects to the brothel's infirmary. Antibiotics for treating STDs, morning after pills, anti-hemorrhagic drugs, and a waste bin overflowing with blood-stained cotton wool. The back room of a place where sex is an object to be bought and sold seems too much like a sordid battleground, mistress. Statue of David. Insects. The tourists are like a swarm of insects moving in waves through squares and narrow streets. One of them has lost its wallet at the foot of the statue. Now it absent-mindedly walks away, moving its antennas before spreading its wings. Okay. I hate this, like, Rorschach guy that we have with us. Beloved Planet, episode 26, hosted by Stefano Brioska, the visible head of Natural Heart. The topic for today, animal abuse in the pharmaceutical industry. We're gonna screw up whatever your plans are, my guy. Crouching behind some boxes, I see a luxury car with tinted windows. I think we did that. Let's just go through, sneak in through the window. Pappy Brioska. I reach a small room where a young woman is reading in bed. I ask her about Stefano Brioska. Yes, of course I know him. He likes us to call him Pappy. 2 or 3 of us usually go to the parties at his house. The number depends on how many guests there are. Pappy Brioska likes to pay for sex. Who would have thought? Isn't this something his voters should know? Maybe. I don't know. Who cares? I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. But whatever slander is slander. Let's go with toxic fertilizer. Chlorophyll probably works. Dunghills for our health. Attacks on protesters in front of the Chem Foods Ltd plant. Haha, come on, hit those hippies hard. Yeah, people are evil. And C, support for animal right will fall. In order to do that, we need more fear of death. So do we have anything to increase the passions? That's going to be what? Blood for the passions, isn't it? What do we have increasing the passions? It's the kamikaze driver that's increasing that. So we're going to need to grab some blood. In the meantime, you can go investigate the office of his lawyer. Alright, grab some heart. Let's upgrade this first. The kamikaze driver. The tar and asphalt are his natural habitat. Okay, so it's running over kids in his car. That's cool. So gas pedal is going to be the move. Crosswalks are his hunting ground. He gets extra points if he hits them. According to some witnesses, the driver who caused the accident was going the wrong way and fled. Driving in my car. DUI. How about you die? What a good tune. I'm a big fan of that meme, the driving in my car one about running over people. I think it's from like Undertale or Deltarune that song was made about, but it's a good tune. Support for animal rights falls. We're chilling. We have low animal support. We're chilling. Yeah, we just now need to grow our stuff and we win. The lawyer in charge of Brioska's affairs is so exclusive that he doesn't even have his name on his office door. Inside, dozens of metal file cabinets line the walls from floor to ceiling. You can also see the back of the lawyer's neck as he sits working in a small adjoining room. Let's go through the file cabinets. I look through the cabinets. The files from closed cases, one with falsified evidence, paid off witnesses, and manipulated testimony. I'm in the office of the finest legal mind in the field of genteel lawbreaking. I suppose that's the reason for his exclusivity and prestige. There's nothing about Stefano Brioska. I'm afraid the important stuff is kept elsewhere, mistress. Oh, we're ready to do that. Port of Naples, the edge of the world. With a bottle in his hand, the old sailor confides in me. I've been all over this world, and it's a lie what people say. It's not a sphere. The earth is flat. I've seen the edge of the world. My ship once fell off it. And what happened when it fell? Falling off the edge of the world flipped us all. Right-handed people became left-handed. The most cheerful of us turned gloomy. And me, who was as sober as a judge, the sailor looked at me with complicity and let out a hearty laugh while gesturing at his bottle. Alright, something's happened. He's doing something. He's gonna try to do that, but we're gonna say that he parties with prostitutes. Fuck him over. Stefano Brioska on the ropes. Prostitution, influence, peddling, and possible sexual abuse of minors. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The producer of his new documentary withdrawing their funding. Oh, my lovely Jen, the pestilent and cruel queen of the pigs. You've crossed the line, and I swear that you'll end up rolling in the mud with those animals that you're so fond of experimenting on. What a shame. I can think of so many interesting things to do with you instead of dragging your name through the mud. You sound very nervous, Mr. Brioska. Problems with the popularity polls. I'm afraid your country is starting to hate you, Poppy. Rip Bozo for real. Let's level you up, Eliphas. Let's see what else you're doing. Mine is the only god. My fire spread, kings rose and fell. Other peoples crossed the borders and brought with them their strange gods. One night I heard his message. There can only be room for one god. And then, the fire I had started became destiny. Yo, you holy war of Eliphas, I love you. Yeah! Oh, you were done? You sneak into the office and go knock that guy out. I approach and knock the lawyer unconscious from behind, and on his desk I see something very interesting. A dossier that lists all of Stefano Briosca's holdings. Besides being the principal investor in many media outlets, he also holds numerous shares in companies that are major polluters. Some of them have been exposed and sued by NGOs and environmental groups. Sick. This guy is fucked. Just one more and we can win. Alright, sick as fuck. Paranoia is here. Now we need more politics. Let's go grab some politics. Alright, we win. Let's finish off this guy before we finish the game. We can level up, sort of grow our strength a little bit. Have some fun. So we're all good. We don't really need to, but we can keep going with this stuff just to increase our production of stuff. So the toaster is listening. What we want is something technology, scary. I'm alone and this is a secure line. We're talking about shopping. There was no cell phone nearby, and yet you started to receive ads, right? But how the hell are they listening to us? This is very real. Alright, what do we need to take you down? Questionable investments will help take you down. We're gonna need something else. We have you on that. So he's at the studio. Explore the building, Eliphas, please. I listen intently and try to follow my nose and my intuition. Yes, despite some interesting comments on routine practices of Briosca Studios, payments under the table, wage theft, problems with the union, and better yet, some gossip about Poppy Briosca's roaming hands with the better part of the studio's female staff. There we go. We win. We just need to grab some politics, and we can end his time in the sun. Alright, and let's go ahead and finish off Papa Briosca. Alright, he's dead. Let's see what his death rattle is like. I have to admit, you naughty girl, the queen of the pigs has beaten me. I don't know the reason for your interest in those animals or why you're working in my country at precisely this moment, but I know you're up to no good. Don't try to fool me. I recognize a grifter when I see one. You know how it is. A dog can smell another dog from miles away. But to show you that I'm not the type to hold a grudge, one day I'll invite you to my mansion. I have an amazing basement. It's very evocative and stylish space. You'll see. Ciao, my cruel, dangerous, and lovely Jen. What a fucker. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's let our characters level up, I think, and then we'll move on. Alright, that's enough pop to level you up. Renee levels up. Dethroned Queen. The world gradually started to forget about me. Other artists had inherited my throne. Surely their reign would be as ephemeral as mine. And the auctions and galleries started getting second billing again, then third, then fourth. Alright, you're nearly max level, which is chill as fuck. Just grab that. Let's level you up. Ankle deep in blood. God spoke to me with his thundering voice, and I dreamed of spreading his word throughout the world, and I managed, for his glory, to make blood flow from east to west until it covered my ankles. And then, one night, his voice stopped speaking to me. Conquest. You're level 7. You're a little behind, I think. I think you're like level 8. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Alright, let's let Renee finish what Renee is doing, and then we'll end the act here. A new plague. Everything's ready, Miss Hammond. And the miracle cure. Objective achieved. Of pigs and men. After getting rid of the lot against experimentation on animals, Phaedra Farm was able to complete its research successfully. After getting rid... Yep, so we did all that. We got some flame delay. Yep, sick. Okay. And that is where we're going to end the stream.